Part 2. My wife divorced me with someone rich and came back to me after they went broke. I saw my ex-wife's name, now carrying the last name of her boss. I dug deeper and found out that they were my tenants in a small apartment complex I owned in the rougher part of the city. I usually have a property manager, but sometimes I go through all my properties to ensure everything is in order. I decided to visit that complex, especially since many of my tenants had been complaining about their washers and dryers. I drove there with the maintenance team and started pointing out what needed to be fixed and replaced. That's when I saw my ex-wife holding her laundry basket as she walked in, asking if the washer and dryer were ready to use. She saw me, recognized me, and called my name. She asked what I was doing there, assuming I was there as maintenance. My worker laughed and said, "Him? He's our boss," as he continued working. She looked at me and continued the conversation. She asked how I became rich, and I replied that I just ended up being lucky. I told her I owned a construction company and multiple properties, including the complex she lives in. She looked disappointed and told me that ever since we broke up, her life has been on a downward spiral. I asked if she was married, and she lied, saying no. I asked what happened to the guy she left me for, and she told me his supermarket went bankrupt after he developed a gambling addiction. She then asked if I was single and suggested we go to dinner together. I laughed, but she said she was serious, and that I could finally give her the things she always wanted. She claimed she was giving me a chance to redeem myself for the past, and I burst out laughing. I told her that I'm happily married and showed her my ring. I also told her to go fuck off and called her a gold digger. My workers started giggling, and some of them began talking among themselves about what they had just heard. It felt good to finally call her a gold digger after all this time. Not to mention, her life turned upside down for being greedy,